YTBC. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. And in this video, I'm going to take the time quickly to thank One Town Business Jay Sewell for this video. I'm going to take the time to really just thank him for this video. And I'm also going to put his video in the link, okay, of this video. All right, so a lot of you fanboys, you're going to come on here. And what you're going to try to do is say, hey, Jay Sewell talked about that. Oh, man, look at it. You stealing from him. I'm not stealing anything from him. You know, because, see, what we did, I already asked. I said, hey, Jay, listen, man, I want to do a follow-up video to this, but I'm going to spin it differently. Jay said, okay. So, see, you fanboys, what you guys can't do, you can't cause dissension between him, me, Ticket, 78. You guys are not going to do that. See, y'all not going to cause a rift between any of us because we already know that we're doing something that you guys thought that we could not do. And as black men, you thought that black men couldn't collaborate and actually get along without us a rift starting. So see, you guys miss me with all that. You effeminate, grown, affectionate men, you miss Coach Shelton Harrison with all your buffoonery. And that's just the way that is, okay? I want to talk about the video that I'm referring to that Jay Sewell produced, which was a masterpiece, okay? It was a work of art. He produced this masterpiece, I guess yesterday he produced it, and he said that, Terrell Williams is having a tough time, okay, with, really getting fights, et cetera, et cetera. But Jay Sewell educated me on something else in that video, and I kind of got to thinking about other videos that I watched. But Jay Sewell said that, on top of that, Al Haymon is paying. Al Haymon is paying for Pritchard Cologne's medical expenses. Now, I knew that Al Haymon gave his fighters health insurance, which is another reason why the fighters don't leave Al Haymon, because they know that their families will be taken care of if anything happens to them. Wouldn't a fighter want to hang around that? I think that's a yeah. And now I understand why Adrian Broner turned down the Rock Nation contract, because he's actually going to make a lot more money with Al Haymon, but that's the subject for another video. Okay, I'm going to get back on topic. Okay, Al Haymon is paying for Pritchard Cologne's medical expenses. Now, people, I got to tell y'all, because there are a lot of people that hate Al Haymon that says that Al Haymon is a scumbag. Now, I get the fact that you may not like Al Haymon, but I'm trying to think to myself, why do they not like Al Haymon? What is it about Al Haymon that they just don't like? Because this man has never given an interview. This man has never put his life story out there on blast, only what he let us know. This man has never even made a comment about any of the other promoters. He ain't said nothing. He ain't made a comment about a fighter. He ain't made a comment about anything. But people hate Al Haymon. And guys, I hate to keep saying the same thing, because a lot of you guys say, Coach Shelton Harrison, you say the same thing in your videos, and all I got to say to that is I appreciate that compliment, because that means that we are being consistent with these videos. Here's what I mean. I heard somebody say Al Haymon is a scumbag. Now, somebody got to tell me this. If Al Haymon is a scumbag, then please explain to me, why did this scumbag pay for all the Pritchard Cologne's medical expenses? I can't let y'all off the hook. I mean, you guys got to tell me this. Somebody got to say, I'm talking to you Al Haymon detractors. If Al Haymon is a scumbag of boxing and he's bad for boxing, why is Al Haymon paying for the medical expenses of one Pritchard Cologne? Al Haymon is doing this. Now, people, I just don't know. Because if Al is the evil villain in boxing, evil villains don't pay for people's medical expenses. Pritchard Cologne's family don't have to worry about money while he's going through what he's going through because of one Al Haymon. But you guys still seem to think that he's a scumbag and he's bad for boxing. People, how y'all going to explain this? And I'm talking to the Al Haymon detractors. How you going to explain this? Okay? Al Haymon detractors, I'm going to hit you again in the head with something else. Oh, boy, y'all going to love this one. I don't know if y'all remember Magomed. I know y'all remember him. This man on the screen. I know you guys remember Magomed. That's the guy that got, in his last fight, he got hurt severely. He got put out the game. Okay? He was put into a medically induced coma because he had swelling on his brain. Okay? They had to put him in a coma so the swelling in his brain could go down. When he came out of the coma, the guy was paralyzed from the waist down. Now you had your cast of mixed nuts on HBO, Jim Lampley. Jim Lampley? See, I got this from 10 Players News, and they did a video on this, and I'm going to put the link to that video in this video too. Guys, HBO did a fundraiser for 30 seconds saying, Magomed needs help. If you want to fund Magomed, go to this website and fund Magomed, and that's it. HBO didn't lift one damn finger to give this man any money to help his expenses. They're in lawsuits in court right now trying to sue K2 Promotions. But y'all love K2 Promotions and Tom Loeffler. Oh, y'all love K2 Promotions. Y'all love that. Because they're such great guys, these Klitschko brothers are. How y'all gonna explain this? They're getting sued right now by Magomed's family. They're getting sued. Because they didn't help with any of the medical expenses. In fact, what K2 Promotions said is, this is what you get when you sign up for this sport. Injuries happen. And this is a part of the game. K2 Promotions didn't lift a finger to help Magomed. If they did, why is Magomed's family suing K2 Promotions? How y'all going to explain this? I mean, how are you silly bastards going to explain this? How? I got to hear this. I got to, y'all. And then let's talk about something else. You fanboys want to talk about the fights, the scumbag fights. That's what y'all call them. But let's give a rundown of some of the fights that's done happen on PBC, okay? And these are some guys I didn't even know about, but the fights were, like, awesome, okay? Elder Alvarez, Tony Dudachenko. Man, that was a good fight. I saw that fight. Areola versus Harper. It was a good fight. I still said it was two punching bag with titties going at it, but it was a good fight, okay? Look, I'm going down the list. Beterbiev and Gabriel Campillo. That was a good fight. Adrian Broner and John Molina Jr. was a good fight. I keep trying to tell y'all this. Carl Frampton, Alejandro Gonzalez. That fight was pretty good. I mean, guys, the list goes on and on. Danny Garcia and Paul Manginelli was on that card. I mean, it was on PBC. Okay? Amir Khan and Chris Algieri. Okay? Showtime Sean Porter and Adrian Broner. Okay, you had Keith Thurman. You had during Keith Thurman and Louis Collazo. You had Andy Lee and Peter Quillen on PBC. I was there. I mean, I watched the fight when Tony Harrison knocked out Willie Nelson, beat Willie Nelson down. Okay? Or no, I'm sorry, Willie Nelson beat Tony Harrison. My bad. Okay, I watched that. I mean, people, the list goes on and on and on. So don't sit here and tell me that PBC haven't had any entertaining fights. Don't sit here and tell me, because they have. They have. Okay? See, you guys don't like Al Haymon, and I cannot put it on any other perspective except the only common denominator that Al Haymon have with people like Floyd Mayweather, people like Keith Thurman, people like Deontay Wilder, is that they're all African American men. That's it. Because you want to call Al Haymon a scumbag. What scumbag do you know going to pay the medical expenses for somebody? And don't say it's because he's supposed to do that. Well then, why didn't K2 Promotions do that if that's what they're supposed to do? The double standard stops, guys. You don't dislike Al Haymon because he put on bad fights. Because I just got through telling you some of the fights Al Haymon done put on. Oh, and by the way, the biggest fight of the century that you guys call a flop. It happened under Al Haymon watch. Okay, and that's just the way that is. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done.